Hello and welcome back to my shop. Hey, I'm Ron with Ideal Industries, and in this video what I'd like to do is talk about Ideal's Volcon XL tester here. It's our 61-086. You want to go look it up on the website. And as the name implies, it's Volcon. It does voltage and continuity, which is a basic meter a lot of guys carry with them. Now the Volcon XL here is also a solenoid type tester, and if you know anything about solenoid type testers, you know they're rugged and durable. And it's the type of tester I could throw in the bottom of the pouch here and a week later pull out of the pouch and it's probably going to be working just fine. And you'll find guys with older versions of testers like this that are 50 years old and older and they still work because, again, it's a pretty durable little meter. So let's take a closer look at that meter and I'll walk you through what it actually does. Looking on the packaging of the Volcon XL, I want to show you a key feature to the tester. And the fact is that it's a Category 3 rated type tester. Now this tells me where the tester is safe to actually use. And Cat 3 means that you can use that in electrical distribution panels, out into branch circuits and outlets, and into appliances and anywhere you use a Category 1 or a Category 2 type tester. Now you'll find that most solenoid testers do not carry that rating, because the way they indicate power is through the solenoid. And it's the only indication on the tester that there is actual power there. And there's a little bar that will drop down depending on the amount of voltage it actually sees here. Now, the reason this tester has that category rating is the fact that it has two backup lights here that light up if there's power present. There's a neon bulb here in the middle, and there's two little LED lights down here in the bottom. And if there is power present and your solenoid is not working, well, then those also light up so you know there's still power present. So keep that in mind if you're buying solenoid testers and you like that kind of idea of a solenoid, make sure it's got that Cat 3 rating to it because that's the one you're looking for. Now you find the test leads stored in the top of the tester and they pull out of here without no real problems. We can replace those test leads if we ever have to by pulling that out of there. And if the little batteries on the bottom here go into this little battery compartment, there's four little 1.5 volt little batteries you put in like in a garage door opener that go in the bottom here. And when we look at the tester, the face of it, you'll see that the tester says AC on this side, DC, and on this side it shows indications. There's a neon bulb here in the middle that lights up, and then these little LED lights as well. Well, one of the first things you're taught to do with a tester like this is maybe check the continuity on the tester, make sure it's working. So I'm going to take the two leads of the tester and touch them together. We first of all get an audible tone like that, and if the tester sees somewhere under 1/2 ohm, you'll get the audible tone. And if you're checking circuits where we're checking for continuity and it sees more than 1/2 ohm, you'll still get the light, but you just won't get the audible tone, okay? Right? Now, you'll also see right here below that light, it says continuity, so we're checking continuity when we're doing that type of test, okay? So now I know the tester's ready to go, and we can actually make some measurements with it. Now, and one thing we might do with it is measure AC. Now, if you're going to measure AC with the tester, very simply, we're going to put the test leads across the AC circuit here. And when we drive those into that outlet, you'll see several things are actually happening on the meter. One is this little bar has dropped down to 120 volts AC, okay? So it's indicating a rough idea, and solenoid testers will give you a rough idea of the voltage. It's not going to give you an exact reading, okay? But for most of it's all we really need. You'll notice that the neon bulb here is lit up as well, and that will light between 80 and 600 volts AC or DC. And then on the very bottom here, both lights of the LEDs have lit up, and right above it up there, it says both lights light up. It's on AC. So when we're on AC and we hit roughly 120 volts. Now, one other thing the tester's doing is it's vibrating on us, okay? And one nice feature of these testers is that solenoid testers, if they hit power, they vibrate. And that's kind of a byproduct of the design, but it turns out it's a great idea because as the tester is in your pocket and you hit power with the leads, you're going to get that feel that you know that there's some voltage present, okay? Now, one key thing, and by the way, that whole vibration, the tester will vibrate between 25 hertz and 60 hertz, it says here. So depending on the frequency of the AC, you will get the tester might vibrate a little harder on it, okay? Now, one of the key thing with this type of tester, solenoids, is that you might notice I'm not leaving it on the power for long periods of time. And the reason is because the little solenoid inside of the tester is a very low impedance solenoid. And because of that, when it's across a live circuit like this, it's actually heating up. And these testers, it's not recommended you leave the tester on AC longer than 15 seconds because it actually can damage that solenoid inside the tester. So be aware of that if you're ever working with solenoid type testers. They don't like to be left on power for long periods of time. Again, 15 seconds. All right, now if I want to test some DC, I can do that. I can take a 9-volt battery here, and if I go across the leads across the battery, I'll get an audible tone indicating that it sees something. This LED over here lit up on the left side, and right below it says positive DC. So I know I'm correct across the test leads on the battery, and I got somewhere between 6 and 600 volts DC. I don't know what the actual reading is, but again, I know the battery has got some DC left in it. Now, I got the audible tone as well because the battery is less than a half an ohm. And if it was more than that, I wouldn't have gotten the audible tone. If I turned the test leads around backwards on the battery, and now I'll go across the meter, actually I don't get the audible tone no more, and you'll notice the other LED has lit up, and underneath it says minus DC, indicating to me that my test leads are backwards on that battery, okay? So here's some basic DC voltages, and if higher DC voltages would it be indicated through the solenoid, and again the neon bulb above 80 volts DC. Okay. Now, one of the key other features of the tester is continuity, because it does voltage and continuity, both AC and DC and basic continuity. So if I want to do continuity, I can go across like a little light switch right here, and if I go across the light switch and I get nothing. Well, it's indicating that the switch is thrown on the light switch. So if I hit this light switch, turn it on, now I get continuity across that light switch, get under half a tone, and get the audible indication, plus my little light here is lit up, but underneath it, again, it says continuity. And you can even do little fuses as well. And if I go across this fuse, it's indicating that I've got continuity across that fuse as well. So you can see we can use it for basic continuity measurements and, again, voltage measurements. So you'll find this is a great, rugged, durable little tester. It's going to last you a really long time. And thanks for coming. I'm Ron with Ideal, and I'll plan on seeing you on the next one.